Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Monday.
This is a bad Monday.
We're back.
That's how I feel. Happy to be here, though. Actually, the weekends are horrible because we don't do this.
Honestly, in a weird way, yeah. I don't know why. I'm always kind of looking forward, like, yeah, we're going to have to get up. And then for some reason it
always
feels
bad.
meaningless and horrible. And
Yeah. We're like, we don't have to get up on the weekend. Sleep in late. And then we sleep in until noon. We're like, why do we do this? We feel like trash.
yeah.
Anyway. Happy Monday.
I guess we need to come to a weekend stream, too.
Today is food. Your mic sounds weird, to be honest. Well, which one?
Oh,
What?
how about now? Is this better?
What'd you do?
I had the internal audio on that camera on also.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Alright, it's fixed.
Hopefully that should
Today
be
we
better.
have more food. Oh no, this one's small. We have
We
lots
do.
of it today.
We have more turkey snacks. We have the rest of our turkey snacks, and then I was told the actual sponsored box is supposed to send to us on the 15th, which is 2 days from now. So by next Monday, we should have it.
Bro,
Hopefully.
today we have some of the wildest today I learns.
Oh, do we?
They're insane.
That'll be fun.
But some that didn't make the cut include that men should have up to 35 grams of sugar a day, and women should have up to 25. And most people, or maybe it's just Americans,
That's so low.
consume 125 grams of sugar a day.
I keep track of sugar. That's very low.
125. It's low. It's not your fault, though. It's not
It's
your
just
fault.
in everything.
Yeah, it's not your fault because everything in America is made with corn syrup, which makes it incredibly difficult to keep your sugar low. So
Yeah.
you'd pretty much have to eat like a full raw diet, I think.
Oh,
What?
whoops. Apparently I pinged you on Discord. It's because when I try to type in everyone, it'll pull over in her
Al every day.
username.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So what, do you want to talk about why today sucks at all? Like, you just feeling
I'm
rough, or-
depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about myself a lot lately because, so I've developed good coping skills for anxiety because I've had it for the last 3 years. But the anxiety came with the side effect of having depression much more often.
Yeah.
And then coupled with the fact that we're all in quarantine, my depression has been sort of it's skyrocketing when it's high, and when it's low, it's not that bad.
That was me.
Oh, okay. And my only coping mechanism for when I'm depressed is to turn back to religion. That's the only one I have. That's the only coping skills I have for depression. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only one I guess that you had learned before.
Well, I wasn't really depressed
You haven't really been
before.
depressed since then.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that you would kind of
So
fall
that's
back
the only-
to,
that's the
to
only-
what you had last time.
It's the only coping mechanism I have, but I feel like I'm far enough removed that it's difficult to do that. And also,
Yeah.
my religion was heavily tied into a community.
Yeah.
At least the Christian part of it was the spiritual part was tied into the Bible, which is important, but the depression fighting part was heavily tied into a community that is very hard to have in quarantine, and also crapped all over my life. So here we are today.
We're working through some stuff.
Good morning.
It's a hard time. Good morning.
Hear about it on my channel where I complain about literally everything all the time.
It's actually true. Go subscribe to Panic Banana. And you can get
What do you
behind
mean
the
it's
scenes
actually
stuff.
true?
What?
I get to crap all over my channel. You don't.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I said it's true. Your channel exists. Go subscribe to it.
Oh, my channel exists.
What?
Oh, I said my channel is where I complain about literally everything.
That is also true.
Fight me!
That's what it's
Fight
for.
me!
What, are you pretending that's not what it's for?
It's not for that, no.
Okay. I thought that was the point.
Boo.
What?
Boo.
It's vlogs where you talk about your anxiety and stuff.
Boo.
That's the
Hiss.
premise.
What, is there food here?
Yes.
Wow.
There is in fact food here. Alright, what do you want to do first?
How about 9 cat tat?
Sure.
9 cat tat. It's for the cat tats.
Yep.
It has bananas on it.
So these are more of our snacks from Turkey. The best part of which, if you haven't been around for the other ones, is this amazing guide that has perfect descriptions of every single snack that I love reading.
Autumn just said Allison's next video complaining about Kyle. Oh my god, these smell like soap. Like if banana soap was a thing. Wow.
Soap?
Banana soap is definitely not a thing, right?
Oh, I'm sure it's a thing somewhere.
Lyme disease and bees. I forgot to talk about Lyme disease and bees. Oh, whoa. Oh my god. This food tastes exactly like Honey Nut Cheerios when you put bananas in it.
Interesting.
Exactly like it. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about Lyme disease and bees.
Wait.
Okay.
9 Cat Tat. Wafers filled with banana paste. So crunchy and yummy. This one comes from Ulker, a major snack producer in Turkey who also owns world-renowned brands like Godiva and McVitie's. Those are actually really big.
Wow, they own Godiva?
Yeah. McVitie's makes Jaffa cakes and all those other ones too. 9 Cat Tat means 9-story deliciousness in English. It is originally built with 9 levels, each corresponding to either wafer or banana paste in between. The interesting thing is they sometimes cook it in 10 levels. Why don't you check it out yourself? Go ahead and count it. Go ahead and count it, I guess.
Count what?
The layers. The stories. It's 9 stories tall.
There's only 4 layers.
They disagree.
Enjoy. It's too sweet.
Like banana nut Cheerios.
Yeah, but it's like... I don't like it. There's a weird before taste.
A weird before taste.
Those sweets are ogre sweets? What does this mean?
I don't know.
Alright. Bees and Lyme disease.
Sure.
I watched a TikTok. The epitome of all information.
Yes.
Actually, though...
Truly the best news source of our time.
I kind of mean that. So TikTok's fascinating because depending on what side of TikTok you fall into, you're getting a totally different website. Like, I was on TikTok and I got a bunch of like, it was mostly comedy, like little mini comedy sketches and like others and like political things sort of. It was very like, I don't know. It was like news and sketch comedy is what my TikTok was like. And then I deleted my TikTok and went back on it. And then the only things that showed up were Christian TikTok and Trump stuff. I think because it has a very loud, demanding presence.
It just defaulted back to that. Probably because we moved it to another device so that it couldn't get as much information off of our phones.
Right.
And I think the only information it has is that we live in Texas. So it's all Christian TikTok.
Right. I don't think they can hear that.
They can.
Oh.
I've listened back to these before.
Oh no.
Give this back when we're done.
But yeah, so Christian, and then I got on it on my phone, which isn't logged into any device, and that's I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, right. So
Lyme
like
disease.
you can be on political TikTok, which is essentially just mini Wikipedia articles full of information you literally never knew in your life. Because it has people who specialize in these topics that I'd never think to talk to, because it's just random people. It's like literally everyone is on TikTok, from like 13-year-old girls to like world-renowned scientists who are talking about the things they specialize
to Bob
in.
Saget.
So you can to Bob Saget. So you can get on TikTok and you can just be fucking learned. You're just watching something and you're like, oh my god, this is a fountain of information. It's crazy.
Now, same as usual, obviously you'll recheck that information later because it's TikTok and anybody could just pull open a video and say pretty much anything they want. But it introduces a lot of new topics.
I can't believe the amount of TikToks though that I'm like scrolling through and people have just screenshot all of their where they like track their computer page.
Yeah.
They record
screen
it.
Cap it.
Yeah, screen cap it, that's right. And
no,
they'll
it's
just like
impressive how much
scroll
they can
through all of the
compress
information.
into like 30 seconds.
It's unbelievable. I can't believe how smart people are on TikTok. And I'm over here like Googling things frantically, but that's old. What was I gonna say? Oh, all right, bees and Lyme disease. So anyway, I stumbled upon this like holistic TikTok, which is a thing. We should probably keep eating, huh?
Yeah. Do you want to finish your story first? Or
Yeah. Right, okay, so I stumbled on this chick who was talking about how she had Lyme disease her whole life, which causes a lot of really weird things to happen, including an allergy to meat, which just weird. And she stings herself with bees every single day, and it helps cure her Lyme disease. Not cure it, but treat her Lyme disease.
Yeah.
And it's I Googled it, and it's considered highly debunked and mostly not a real thing, because I guess they
an alternative medicine thing.
They have put zero research into bees and Lyme disease. However, there's multiple people across the world that are treating themselves with bee stings to treat their Lyme disease, and says that it helps with almost
like
all of their
removes pretty much
symptoms.
everything, and then they're not paying, hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills.
Are you gonna do the blue one and I'll do the pink one?
Or we can trade.
Which one is yours? Yours is blackberry.
Does it have flavors?
Yeah, yours is blackberry and mine is strawberry.
Oh, you're right. It's gum. Maybe we should save that for the last one.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do Biscolata Mood.
Wandering with Mallory says that bee stings are good for arthritis. Actually, it's kind of crazy how much research there isn't on bee stings and how much they are supposed to help people, but it makes sense
venom.
because bees are basically weird, spooky, awesome aliens.
These are from space, pretty sure.
But they help everything about the world. Like, they make the world function. Bees are probably God.
Bees are God. You heard it here.
Bees are probably God. Like, if God existed in the world as just like a pure, wholesome thing, but
Is
also
this a Hitchhiker's thing, or is that just dolphins? This feels like a Hitchhiker's Guide, like, subplot.
That
like
bees
something
are
they
God.
would do, yeah.
these look
Oh,
fascinating.
they have like little things printed on them.
Is that a butterfly?
Yeah, they have them on the back. Look, they correspond to
Mine's a palm tree.
different, I guess, moods or something.
Oh yeah, because this is called Biscolata Mood.
Mood. Let me see what it says in here about mood.
Oh crap, it's not in English.
Let's see. Yeah, no, I can't read what any of those say.
Crap. Here, you read it and then we'll see if anyone speaks Turkish. Praise Jesus.
Not bad.
That got me. I've been got. Excuse me!
Chocolate bombs with fortune-telling capabilities.
She's trying to eat right out of the biscotti box. Ma'am.
Each one has a small picture on it with an explanatory list for each printed on the back of the package. This one comes with 30 different fortunes. Wonder what do they mean? Go ahead and ask us on Instagram with a picture of your cookie. Do not try to fill your mouth more than one cookie at a time, and care about your fortune.
Okay. I'm noticing that turkey has a very similar flavor profile in multiple snacks, which is like vanilla biscuit with Nutella on the inside.
Yeah, some of these do feel very, very similar to each other. Oop.
Did you forget your tea?
By like a couple minutes, yeah.
Current whitest thing said on the show, oh crap, it's not in English. I feel like that can't possibly be the whitest thing I've said on the show. Let's see. This one is Dove. I am Dove in Palm Tree.
You ever feel bad that like most of the world is bilingual and you're not?
All the time. Yep. Seems like a dumb thing. I think languages should have been more mandatory.
I agree.
Even though they were, technically, but they didn't make you learn a language till high school, and it's way harder to learn a language in high school than like kindergarten.
And they didn't make you use it. You
No.
only learned it in a classroom setting for a grade.
No, they should have started you young in America, but they don't.
Yeah. America speaks an average of 0.7 languages.
Accurate. I was
Yeah, that's a
reading.
bit strong.
I like these.
Yeah?
Why does she feel so welcome to this?
I don't know. I just put you down. What are you doing? Let's
What
mix
was I
it
gonna
up.
say? I was gonna say something important.
Something good. Was it from chat?
Maybe. What did Light say? I think Light made me think it. Girl. Your tiny little claws won't save you now. Excuse me!
Alright, we now have a pizza cracker. I assume it's going to taste like pizza.
Ricky says the widest thing you've said today was bee stings cure Lyme disease. Ricky's not a believer. What is this?
Pizza cracker.
Oh, fascinating.
Alright, yeah, it has a little bit of that weird fake pizza taste.
Oh, God. Oh, the aftertaste.
Not Eti pizza, but pizza was first introduced to the Turkish market in early 90s, and it was failure. Turkish people did not like it, and almost all pizza restaurants were closed within few years. This was until Ninja Turtles started to screen on TVs. All of a sudden, Turkish mothers ended up with their children pestering and nagging to have pizza. This gave an opportunity to pizza producers to rise from their ashes. And then they also made this snack, I guess.
So I hate pizza-flavored snacks.
That was my favorite one so far, I think.
That was a little wild. I hate pizza-flavored snacks because the pizza flavor profile they can draw from is pretty much exclusively like herby sauce.
Yeah.
But it's like the cheap one, that like the little square disgusting ones they gave you in middle school.
Yeah, that is what it tastes like.
That's what all of them taste like.
Microwave. Probably because you use the same stuff, because there isn't actually any
Almost
flavor on
definitely.
those either.
It's not a real flavor profile of any of the, like, tomatoes don't taste that way.
Yeah.
Herbs don't taste that way. Cheese don't taste that way. Bread does not taste that way. So I don't know what those pizzas are, but I've had pizza that have actual ingredients on them, and the difference is amazing. So I don't like pizza flavored things because they are the flavor profile of whatever the hell they served us and called pizza.
So we have now Dankek Poti. Right here. I didn't show off the last one, sorry. Dankek Poti.
Epic Eraser.
It appears to be a carrot cake of some kind.
Epic Eraser says one of the best ways to learn English, or to learn a language, is subtitles. We get English in primary schools, but we're really good at English and believe it's because of subtitles.
That makes sense.
It makes some sense,
It's
for
very
sure.
un-American to put on other language subtitles, though. It's not something people regularly do.
You understand how much noise you're making? I can't believe you've done that. I like carrot cake. Why is it so light? Ah! I don't like how light it is. Oh my god!
Feels like you're holding nothing.
It's literally like styrofoam. Carrot cake is supposed to be dense. It has carrots. It has a lot of liquid in it. Oh, let's taste.
It's not bad. Definitely tastes. I mean, it tastes a little bit like styrofoam. It's a bit like carrot styrofoam.
What is this? There's something in there that I don't like.
Yeah, there's a.
It's not. It does not taste like carrot cake.
There's a
to me.
chemical of some kind in there.
A familiar chemical.
Yes.
A chemical. That chemicals chemically.
Mighty Hydrator says Eti Puff was my favorite from when I lived on Cyprus. We tried one of those.
That was the marshmallow thing?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Anyway, I'm sad Ricky's a non-believer in the holistic ways of bees. I think honestly though, bees are probably one of the better holistic theories because bees are magic.
You're afraid of bees too, though.
Yes. I respect and fear bees as though they are God. I'm horrified of bees though. I can't do the combination of flying, stinging, and buzzing. Like that's what I cannot do. I also cannot do flying and buzzing, but in a less extreme way. Don't make noise by my ears. It feels very non-consensual when things are like buzzing in my ear, and I'm like, ah. That's usually how I feel, and why Pop Rocks bothered me so much.
That's fair.
Yes.
All
right.
How we got any chat stuff?
No, we're not really saying anything interesting today.
Apologies for just kind of sitting
Let's
here.
try this other
This is
wafer
why we do
thing.
this on Mondays, though, so that we don't really have to think. We just get to like just say food adjectives and hope that that's entertainment.
Okay. I believe this
What
is
is
supposed
this
to be
one?
like s'mores based on the way that it looks.
Nutty Max.
Oh. Delicious.
Here, get us some Nutty Max. And I'll find the
Sometimes I
description.
think about that. This reminded me of my ex because his name is Max, and sometimes I think about what my exes would think of me if they saw me doing this kind of crap, and are like,
Thankfully, I don't have that problem.
No. This looks very strange.
Nutty Max wafer. 2 layers of wafer filled with hazelnut cream in between. Turkey is a land of hazelnut, and I can tell, and it accounts for the 60% of the hazelnuts produced over the globe.
Oh.
Nuts and flavors derived from it have been a rich source for snack producers. Nutty Max is one of the most successful one.
Okay.
What do you think?
It tastes like hazelnut.
Alright.
Everything tastes like Nutella.
Oh, apparently it's because that's what they make. They
I mean,
supply
yeah.
60% of the world's hazelnuts.
It makes sense.
Now we know.
Ursa says,
like that
in
one.
that logic, flying, stinging, and buzzing would put bees on the same level of mosquitoes. Mosquitoes don't sting.
Maybe they bite you.
Yeah, that's different.
It also hurts and itches a little bit, at least for you. They don't bother you nearly as much.
No, it's I don't feel like I feel like they do the same thing. But I do hate mosquitoes, so I'm just not afraid of them. You like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy. I think people are just listing things that potentially buzz and fly and sting.
Oh, good.
Thank you guys. I need more fears, really. Things to keep me up at night would be a solid thing. Look at how cute I look today. Oh my god. So cute.
Yeah.
All right, what am I looking? What am I eating?
I think you're being facetious, but I agree.
Thanks.
This is
Cocoa Prince.
Cocoa Prince.
They look like this.
Another one by Ulker, the only snack company in this entire country, apparently.
There was one more.
Right, there's been like 2. I'm just forgetting.
This also looks like it's got Nutella on the inside, probably.
Good old Cocoa Prince, the favorite snack of Turks during World War II. This circle-shaped chocolate sandwich has a history behind it. It's not fancy, but it has survived all the way through 2010s. That's it.
This tastes great.
It said it has history behind it, but it didn't tell what that was.
This tastes so good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll give that a shot. Oop. I'm making a mess.
What is that?
Yeah, alright.
There's like a thing, like a flavor in there.
There is. It's probably hazelnuts.
No, it's
No?
whatever the biscuit tastes like. It tastes like something.
The biscuit's pretty good.
Something suspicious. All of these look so tasty. I want some food now. They're really... None of this ever makes me want food.
So what... Now that we've finished an entire box of Turkey's best snack selection...
Well, I think that's a little
how do you,
rude.
How do you feel about it?
I'm not sure it's their best.
I mean, of the packaged snacks, it looks like it was pretty comprehensive.
I don't like Turkish snacks. Let's try the gum so we can chew loudly for the rest of the stream.
I would say they actually kind of compare to American snacks, which isn't a huge compliment.
I don't think they compare to American snacks at all.
In terms of, like...
The variety is
chemically
minimal.
But, yeah, it does all taste like Nutella. Like the prevailing flavor in all of these is Nutella.
Oh!
What? What happened? Please describe in great detail.
It's really sour.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
This is our last thing. Let me give it a shot, too. We're gonna... Whoa. Holy crap. Yeah, that's just immediate. Alright. What are these called? Jesus.
Right? Autumn says American snacks are bad.
I won't argue with that.
We have Pringles.
You have Pringles.
She's just eating the carrot cake.
Jesus. Get down. I'm trying to find the description for these. XCUs. It's
Where?
gum.
Remember how
Very
we just
sour
had...
gum.
Remember how in this we had a tube of Nutella?
Yes, that was in fact one of
Everything
the
else has
snacks.
just been a variation of how do we put Nutella in a snack?
Yep.
That's all as all these snacks have been. Pringles. We do
There it
have
is.
Pringles.
If we translate its name, we will have spoiled the surprise. Just go ahead and try one. P.S. A surprise awaits you for the first 10 seconds as soon as you start chewing it.
Yeah, that
The
happened.
surprise is that it's incredibly sour.
Yep. Ricky's mad that the first
All right.
American snack I listed was Pringles. What's a good American snack? so we don't look silly.
I don't know. I mean, like Hostess comes to mind, I guess, and everything they make. But
Little Debbie's
those
are
aren't
good.
Like, yeah, like Hostess and Little Debbie's, but they taste like cakes made with chemicals. So it's not a great example either.
I think if you asked Ollie, he would argue that American snacks are fantastic.
Ollie was very much a fan of.
We did all of them.
American snacks.
We have Takis.
We do have Takis. Are those American though, or are they Mexican?
Did we steal them or not?
Oh,
we stole them.
Most of the things, I would
All right.
assume.
I think by the laws of America, that makes them American.
Actually, as far as like their highly processed food, America's kind of like that's homegrown.
We have Oreos.
that is a homegrown highly processed food.
What is?
Here in America?
What is?
I was saying we didn't of the things that we've just sort of like claimed as ours. Processed snacks were actually originated from us, I think.
You think so?
At least the ones that we have, yeah.
Makes sense.
Ours were.
Ricky says Takis are my culture. I think Ricky thinks he's Mexican, right?
He is.
Nah. Excuse me?
Are we going to play this game all day?
We're sorry. Very similar to Mosquito, she is, actually.
All right.
Oreos are a solid American
Well,
snack.
we finished eating food. Now we got to talk about actual things.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Or, instead, we have Matt do it for us.
Okay, that sounds like a better idea. I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh. You're not going to pick up where I left off?
I don't know the rest.
Oh my god. Wondering
My
when...
energy's a bit low this show, sorry.
I think we're both pretty screwed. We didn't go to bed till like 3 a.m. And it's because I was being a dum-dum. So here we are. 5 hours later, pathetically attempting to entertain people.
Whoa. I should have seen that coming. Ack asks, will Acts of Feminism be uploaded soon? Yeah, hopefully, yes. I'll try
don't
to
have any uploaded?
help remind me to do that this week. I was going to
probably
do it
will
last week
forget.
along with all of these shows, but these took like 2 days.
I'll probably forget.
But now that these are up, I need to. I also need to get a.
Thank
what
you,
am I trying to
Ricky.
say? Kiln Spark up for this Wednesday, so. Yeah, quite possibly.
I need to just find something to do with my life.
That too.
List and chat things I can do with my life. So that I can do something with my life. As I do exactly 0 things with my life.
You do things. That was
It
the
was
least
kind of
convincing that's
funny.
ever.
It was kind of funny until you pathetically rubbed my knee, and now everyone knows how true it is. I could have been half joking, but you really nailed in how true it was. And
No one
now,
saw that. You the one who called it out.
no, you gave me an expression. You gave me the knee rubbing expression of pity, and now they all know I've been outed. Is Matt here yet? Matt saved me.
Fruba says, learn to knit.
I already know how to knit.
Phoenix Rising says you could take up photography classes.
Wow. I should probably
Can't
get
tell
back
if that's
into
a burn
photography.
or just.
Time to
People
shut
not
down.
knowing.
Time to shut down my business. I do actually I own a photography business. But I can't take pictures of anything. I mean, I could.
Have you been
actually
enjoying doing the editing stuff? Like, if
I
you had
love editing.
more? I still say we should keep doing the
No
trying
one-
to get more pictures for you.
But people edit their own photos.
There has to be a large collection of people that don't want to edit their own photos.
No, it's not true. It's just
I-
Matt.
it is.
It's only Matt.
No, it's not only Matt.
No.
Matt is a one piece of a very large ecosystem of very lazy Austonians who take pictures but don't want to do anything else.
Ricky says 6 hours of anime a day, and that's probably closer to what I do. IRL. Right, Kyle? His rap battle lines. Well, it's not a bad idea, actually.
I may have reached out to Rustage about this already.
Phoenix Rising says you're probably good at it for photography.
Yeah,
You know,
probably.
if you want to go look at my photography, go to lemonzestphotography.com
Yeah,
or Instagram.
or Instagram.
That's where my photos are. People pay me to do this. Actually, this is people think I'm good enough to give me money. So
photography is one of those things that quarantine definitely shut down pretty hard.
yeah, because I take pictures of people because people pay me.
Right. You have to go out and interact with human beings to make it work.
Oh, I'm thinking about starting it back up again though, and just wearing N95 masks while we go take pictures.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I might die of whatever I'm dealing with. I wouldn't say boredom or depression. It's just like I might just like die, like just from not existing enough. Like I'm having such a zero impact on the world that I'll just like disappear one day. You know?
Matt, how you doing?
In spite of myself, I'm sitting on a rainbow.
Say that last part again. We missed it.
Well, my arms are missing.
Well, yeah, it does appear to be that way.
Are you okay?
Well, no, I'm missing my arms.
How
But
you
in
could still
spite
be
of
okay.
myself, I'm sitting on a rainbow.
Whoa.
How are you holding your phone then?
Honey, I'm the big door prize.
Matt, shouldn't you be in a garbage can?
What? What are you talking about?
I thought he said something about being in a garbage can.
What?
You said something about being in a garbage can.
Last week you said something about being.
I'm
you were
certain
gonna
I
be in a
did.
Garbage can.
Oh. Yeah, metaphorically.
See, look, Orbitan Velodin says he's not in a trash can.
What happened to your arms, Matt?
They got stuck in a thresher because, I'm agriculture now.
Wow,
I'm a garden.
looking spiffy.
Oh, here my plants are coming in. Styrofoam in my fucking yard. And some
Looks
plastic.
like your own styrofoam.
Oh, some scotch tape. This
Wow,
is
Austin
good.
is such a clean city.
Yep. Oh, I'm not picking that up.
Is that a condom?
Well, that'll be left to the judges to decide.
Aren't you in your front yard?
I am. It's a misery. It's a misery.
Misery.
All I can do is joke to escape the pain.
Wow. Thoroughly entertaining trash you've got there.
Thanks.
10 out of 10.
I do have an announcement to make, though. It's
What's
a
that?
boy. It's a boy,
Oh.
and his name is Adt. Adt. I don't know.
sure he'll
Am I
like
entertaining you guys yet?
Yeah, thoroughly. Actually, Kyle and I desperately need to not be speaking for a moment, so.
Why?
You've done
You
a great
fighting?
job. No, not speaking to
Not to each other,
We had a
just in
bad
general.
night.
Oh no! What happened?
Depression.
But you watched What We Do in the Shadows, did you not?
That was great.
That was great, actually.
How many
We started a new show with Matt's recommendation called What We Do in the Shadows, which is a sort of...
Vampire mockumentary, I believe, is the only way to describe it.
Yes. It's exceptionally campy in all the best ways.
We watched the first 3 episodes. I was incredibly impressed because everything about every single aspect of the show is something I don't like, and yet I loved the entire show.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not into vampires. I'm not super into the exact humor style.
Not really into gothic aesthetic.
Yeah, but like all of it comes together somehow into something that's like
Very enjoyable.
incredibly entertaining. So I'm
Yes.
excited to watch more.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
good
we
news.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm very happy about that. I'm gonna give you a what is it called? An impression of when I told Allison to watch the show. I'm Allison.
Okay.
Okay.
I was exceptionally drunk and having a bad case of vertigo
Yes.
when Matt explained to me the idea of the show.
Yes. No, I'm happy you're watching it because it's the best, and it only gets better. Episodes 6
Yeah.
and 7 are fucking hilarious.
How long
Is there only
is
one
it?
season?
There's 2 seasons.
Okay.
American seasons or metric seasons?
American seasons. Or no, sorry, metric seasons. Well, in between. Just
Okay.
10 episodes, so.
Okay.
Yeah, the second season just came out last month or something, so, you don't have a huge backlog or anything.
What We Do in the Shadows is on Hulu. And Ricky would like to ask you, Matt, have you seen Spamilton?
No.
It's Hamilton, but everyone is Lin-Manuel Miranda.
What? That sounds worse. He's the worst part of the show.
I was gonna say, like, controversial opinion. That sounds horrible. Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Min-Lan-Manuel Miranda.
Probably my least favorite part of Hamilton.
Min-Lan Miranda. Min-Lan Miranda.
Yes.
Min-Lanborough. Min-Lan...
Miranda.
Well...
Miranda. Right? Is Miranda in his name, actually?
Yeah.
Min...
Min-Lanwell.
What is this show?
Miranda.
What is this
I'll tell you what it
do?
is. Oh, it's gonna show you a butterfly, but it flew away.
Wait, did he answer the question about if it was American seasons or not?
He said metric. He
Yeah.
said in between.
What does that mean?
I had to figure out what Kyle was talking about first, but I figured it out.
That's what me and Ian refer to British shows with like 6 to 8 episodes per season as.
Oh, sure.
Traditional American, like old style American seasons is like 24 episodes per season.
Yeah, no,
Matt,
it's
if you had to
absolutely
travel,
insane.
which country would you go to?
If I was being forced to travel,
Yes.
You
I'm
not
like,
like travel?
I hate airplanes
Oh, okay.
and doing stuff in general.
Matt actually hates airplanes for a wronger reason than I do.
Yeah,
What's that?
I'm certain they're not going to crash. I don't care about that. I'm
Yeah,
just
he doesn't think they're gonna crash.
Why do you not like them so much?
I'm claustrophobic and I'm fidgety and anxious. So like, you ask me to sit in one spot for any length of time, I'm freaking out.
That's kind of fair.
Drugs.
On a car, you can stop occasionally.
Yeah, you can stretch your legs or whatever. Yeah, I would need to knock myself out if I'm going to be on a plane for like 14 hours. I do not understand how people do it.
Ricky says Japan because they're COVID containment.
I was going to
Fun
say
story.
Japan.
But fun story, Japan is mad at us because 2 American bases in Japan have COVID outbreaks.
I'm glad they're not mad at us about that old thing. I'm glad Japan can forget old stuff.
What did you say?
Nothing.
So would you go to Japan?
Yes, I would go to Akihabara.
What about the Japanese Hornets?
Allison, oh my god, you're exhausting.
I agree. Being me is pretty much the worst.
Fine, I'd go to Ireland. Well, what about vengeful leprechauns? It's fine. It's fine.
Actually, I highly recommend Ireland. The bugs there are minimal.
Okay.
There's actually nothing in Ireland.
Yeah.
Spooky stories.
That's one of my favorite reasons that I love. I love Ireland folklore because there's nothing there to justify how horrifying their folklore is.
Whoa. I need to research Irish folklore because I'm a big folklore fan.
They're the ones that made like banshees and wraiths and all like the existentially terrifying ghost things.
Nice. Love that.
I think you'd like Ireland. I think you'd like Japan too, but
I probably like just about anywhere I went. It's just getting there's the problem.
Trying to think of their. Oh yeah, Paris. You wouldn't like Paris.
Why?
Nobody likes Paris.
What do you mean? I like Parisians. Well, I've met one Parisian and I liked her.
I think that's a different type of person.
No. Wait, what?
Parisians, like people from Paris.
Come on.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the Austinites of Paris. Or the Synod. Oh, wait, what do they call you guys?
Parisians?
That's probably the American. They probably don't call themselves that.
I would call them.
Yeah, they call themselves
Parasites.
Parisiens.
Wow. I was focusing on Matt, and my brain had to go back and then catch up to what you said.
Like Austinites, but parasites.
Parasites.
Actually,
That's pretty good. I wonder
I
if
have no problem with
I
the
wonder
people
if
of Paris.
King
It's just
Lu-
the city that sucks.
I wonder if King Louis ever used that one.
I did go. I did go to Paris once, and it was the hottest day I remember in my entire life. And I grew up in Texas.
Wow.
And we went to the Eiffel Tower, which has exclusively, like, the Eiffel Tower is 1, a big, tall metal building of some sort, and 2,
Building.
hot dogs.
There's hot
So many
dogs?
hot dogs.
There's,
Yeah, it has, like, a
there's
bunch of-
glizzies at the Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower is full of like junk food stations all the way up to the very top, and is covered in like it looks like the bottom of like a school table, in that it was covered in trash and gum.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Romantic.
So
Sounds
anyway,
about right.
just don't go to the Eiffel Tower then. I think the food's supposed to be good, but we were poor by the time we made it to Paris.
Lord Sirth does say everything in Paris is claustrophobic. Matt doesn't want to go there.
Yeah, I know.
Most people in chat thinks Paris suck because Paris sucks.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I want to live in New York, then I would also have to like accept just getting on, tiny
subways.
closet-sized elevators. Subways aren't bad, but like
Okay.
elevators are the worst. And like in New York, they were all made in the 40s, and there's a
I
man
don't-
just like turning a crank.
Yeah.
I don't do elevators.
Most capital cities aren't great, I think. Like Paris isn't great, but I bet the rest of France is. And London
Probably.
definitely is only like parts of it are fun, but like London is not a good representation of the rest of England based on our trips there.
Everyone in
I
chat
didn't
has
like
said-
Dublin in
Everyone in
Ireland.
chat says that Paris sucks. Like, no one's been like, I really liked Paris. No one has said that.
Yeah, I wonder how many poor Europeans come to Washington D.C. because like they can't think of anything else.
That
Like
would
that would
suck.
be the
Yeah.
boringest fucking trip.
Washington D.C. was not super exciting either. It wasn't bad in the same way that like Dublin, Ireland was bad. It didn't have that weird oppressive feel to it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like enjoyable either.
Weirdly, I think if you're coming from overseas to America, Texas is probably one of the better places you can go.
It's definitely like if you aren't living in Texas, it's great. I think it's probably a great place to come visit because it feels
Also, our
like
national
TV.
our national parks are awesome.
We do have all the
the
national
Redwood
parks.
Forest is insane, and then what's the one with the geysers? With the really big, colorful.
Yeah, I don't remember which park that's in.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone Park is pretty amazing.
Yeah, but
outside
no,
of that,
Big Ben's
probably
the
don't come to
one
America.
though.
That's all country.
What'd you say, Matt?
I said Big Ben's the one. Texas forever.
Big Bend is pretty great.
Da
Big Bend is
da
crazy.
da da
I'm
da
personally a fan of
da.
New York City too. Again, for visiting. I don't think I'd like living there for an extended period of time, but I think the existence of New York City is an entirely different environment than anything I've ever been to. Like it's just so weird.
Yeah,
It
it's
feels like
wild.
an alien planet.
So I hated New York, because first thing you have to do in New York is you have to go into a small train and then you have to go underground. I'm claustrophobic also, and a germaphobe. And every time we walked around in New York, it felt like the ground was shaking. And it's because Texas, the ground is just like giant
Because it is.
stones.
It's because the ground is shaking in New York
In
constantly.
New York, everywhere you go, this is because there's giant trains underneath it all
Yeah,
the time.
and it's an island, so
my
it's just-
vertigo was like through the roof because compared to Texas, the ground was like, I don't know. It felt like I was constantly in an elevator, like that. My knees were never like solid because
Yeah.
I was bracing for the ground to just like shake further. Also, you can't see that much sky. I feel claustrophobic
it's just a very different
like,
experience,
It takes
for
very
sure.
little for me to feel claustrophobic. I'm like, there's not enough sky.
I like it
The
because
world
it's,
is just closing in on
it's
me.
different enough that I don't register any discomfort about it. It's like this is entirely separated from real life, so I can just it's very much like a when in Rome do as the Romans do kind of situation.
Yeah.
You go to New York City and it's like I am operating as if I'm in New York City now. This is not regular Earth. This is
Ack
Yeah.
some weird
says,
megatropolis sort of location.
Ack apologizes for the trains in London, but I did not have the same issues
I
there.
love the trains in London.
Don't have the same problems
If
in London.
you've been on New York trains, you will like the trains in London way better.
Yes.
Yeah,
Accurate.
the New York trains have been the same since like the 70s.
Have you been to New York?
What?
Have
I'm
you
at-
been to New
Yeah. That's probably the place I've been most in my life. I've been
That
there
makes
like
sense.
4 or 5 times.
I had an eye doctor that I really liked once, but the only way to get to the office is to take an elevator. I never went back. They have all of the stairs closed off to employees only, which I feel like is a fire hazard.
Yeah. They probably lift their restrictions when a fire breaks out.
No, they probably don't.
Just let
Oh.
everybody burn.
Probably.
Like, sorry, there's nothing we can do. It's the rules.
Employees only.
They station people there to make sure no one's going up the stairs when they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Anyway, planes actually don't feel that claustrophobic to me.
What?
Planes.
That's weird.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, planes feel claustrophobic to me, and I don't even have claustrophobia.
It might
Yeah.
be because I actually have too many fears out shining it. Like I'm too
It
worried
doesn't
about
make
it.
the list.
Yeah, it might. I don't. They're just not that claustrophobic to me. But I can actually sit still for a really long time. So.
All right, Matt. Anything else before we head out?
Yeah, that's my roommate Ryan.
Oh, hey, Ryan.
He's wearing flip flops.
It is. This doesn't look like it. Oh yeah. Okay, that looks like it.
Turns around, can see mustache from a mile away.
Well, he farted real loud as a joke. I don't know if it picked up on the headphones.
I didn't hear it.
Well, you're missing out. It was fun. It was funny. Pretty funny.
What a lovely introduction.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Matt. Thanks for tuning in.
See you around.
See ya.
Studs.
Ursa says Times Square is the most miserable place on Earth, only second to war zones where you get shot at. That sounds like a me opinion. That sounds like how I would have phrased most of my opinions, and also I agree. Times Square is actually fine-ish.
My family's been on a few trips to New York because my dad used to go for business reasons, and we went to we did the whole Times Square experience the first time, but after that we just kind of went and stayed in the different boroughs and just sort of explored some of the other areas because it's free. It's huge. It's a
Platinum Hammer says, y'all really go to Times Square in New York City?
Yeah, only the one time because you have to when you first go you have to see it.
No one tells you where to go in New York. Where's one other place to go?
There's so many other places.
List one.
It's a whole city full of places.
One. Right now. One other place.
Well, okay. There's all of Central Park, which is huge. There's a massive park in the middle of the entire city.
Okay.
There's tons of restaurants. There's stores. There's shopping. There's just individual neighborhoods to go walk through that look like Sesame Street that you can just go kind of hang out in and experience. There's all kinds of stuff. It's massive.
So
it's a huge city.
So the next thing outside of Times Square and Central Park is neighborhoods and shops.
It's a city. What do you expect to be in there?
I don't know. You come to Texas and we're like, let's go kayaking and then also go eat.
It doesn't have that.
Hamburgers.
It's a city. You can get hamburgers there too. You can get pizza. You can get Indian food and
Boo, New York.
Chinese food and all these great foods because it's a big giant center of culture.
Go to Strand Bookstore.
I think I went there actually. That was pretty cool. There's a comic store there that I like a lot. That's very well known. I forget which one it's called.
Are we ready for some headlines? They're wild today. These are really wild headlines today.
Winsler says you don't have Chewies in New York. That is true.
Chewies. See what I did there?
Yep.
All right, here, pick a headline. Close your eyes.
Also, it's where Spider-Man lives. All right.
All right.
Did I click it?
You did. This one was fascinating. They're all fascinating. They're all not good, but they're definitely something. So, today I learned of Nora Vincent, a writer who disguised herself as a man named Ned for an experiment where she discovers the advantages and struggles that men face in today's society. Her experiment is recorded in her book, Self-Made Man. And she has a documentary. And I think this happened in 1968. And one of the takeaway quotes from her that's listed on the Wikipedia article is, "Men are suffering. They have different problems than women, but they don't have it better. They need our sympathy, they need our love, and they need each other more than they need anything else, and they need to be together." And that was her takeaway from being a man for... I don't actually know how long she did that for.
I vaguely remember seeing something of this. Wasn't it something ridiculous, 2 years or something? It was she was like...
Oh, really?
She was like, because she was like, I gotta get a good sample of this, so I gotta make sure that I do it for a long enough amount of time that it makes an impact.
I was thinking about this, and I pretty much...
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I pretty much agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I don't think men don't have issues. I don't think they have the same issues for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I would describe them as equal issues. Though,
yeah.
I do think they have a lot of issues that revolve around being emotionally, not abused, but the emotional state of mind for men, I think, is much more neglected than women. However,
I wouldn't describe it as worse. I think a lot of insecurities go into being well, our problems are equal. The chances of the problems being equal are very low. So one of you is gonna have slightly less. If you're comparing, less bad problems.
Which
is fine. It doesn't make your problems not real.
I think it's summed up well by saying things like, and I think this isn't oversimplified, and I don't entirely agree with it, but it's men's biggest fear on dates are that women are gonna be ugly, or crazy. And women's biggest fears on dates are that they're going to be murdered or raped.
Raisenberg says
drugs.
we do kill ourselves a lot more often. That is true. We also kill women a lot more often.
That's true.
So,
actually, so
it balances out.
Right, so one of the first things I thought was like, man, if a man went undercover as a woman. So she went on dates. She like lived as a man wholly. She had like a male friend group and she went on dates and stuff. And I thought, man, if a man went undercover as a woman and went on a date with a man and was found out, he'd probably be murdered. And so all this to say, men's biggest problem and women's biggest problem are men. Smash the patriarchy. But I do think I genuinely think they have
I think that's more
problems.
what it is. The problem is masculinity, and it affects both the groups in bad ways.
Yeah, I
Like,
think society was built on just sort of a toxic mentality that was probably very helpful at one point, but we've sort of grown out of it, but haven't switched a lot of the mentalities around. So it's like, who hates men? Men hate men. Who hate women? Men hate women.
Alpha says a man going undercover as a woman is a transgender, right? I think technically yes, but that wasn't really a prominent a thing at the time.
No.
It was a disguise, so.
Right. No. Transgender is a condition?
No, condition sounds bad.
Right. What is transgender is a...
Transgender is an actual, like identity thing. Or
Right.
A disguise is not the same as a transition.
Fun story.
It's
I grew
because
up...
you can identify as another gender without having to physically change yourself.
B.
whereas
Toddy
the
says...
opposite can happen the other way.
Yeah, no, B. Toddy says, I always interpreted toxic masculinity as just a low self-esteem manifested maliciously, whereas masculinity is just being comfortable as a man. Yeah, I don't think...
More or less, that's
sorry, toxic...
fair,
I
yeah.
think people take a lot of issue with toxic masculinity because they focus on the masculinity part.
Right, it's not masculinity is toxic. It's a separate thing.
Right, toxic masculinity, right.
is the set of thing. Is
Masculinity,
the set
I think,
of behaviors.
is an exceptionally positive and attractive trait considering I'm into men.
Right.
So masculinity is, like, solid.
Toxic
I enjoy that.
masculinity is the set of behaviors that lead to things like men constantly interrupting women on podcasts.
Transgender is an identity. That's probably the best way to say it. Here I am spouting transgender is a condition. I grew up watching Tyra Banks on her TV show. Yeah, like her Oprah thing.
Yeah.
So there was a whole long time where I was like deeply confused about everything, but I loved her show. Which I can't watch at all anymore because she is just the biggest hypocrite out there in the world. Anyway, she went undercover as like a dark-skinned woman at some point.
Yeah.
She's a light-skinned black woman. She went undercover as a dark-skinned woman, and she did a whole like mini documentary thing about what it's like to be a dark-skinned woman and how much harder they have it. But then also she had like 3 people on her show, and it was like a dark-skinned woman, a light-skinned woman, and herself, I think, actually might have been it. And they just sort of talked about all the different issues that they face being the one that they are. And then they just fought. They just fought the whole time about who had more problems.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting there, 11, white, watching.
If I'm going to trust anyone's hot take on anything, it's going to be Tyra Banks, that's for sure.
She is black.
Yeah, but she's also not really a human, so...
What does that mean? You're not confusing her with Wendy Williams, right?
I don't know. Am I confusing her with somebody else?
You might be.
Okay.
They both suck. Wendy Williams is the one that looks like she's gone.
That might be who I'm picturing.
Okay. They're both awful.
Okay.
Tyra Banks is not nearly
Not
as
quite as
horrible as
bad.
No. Could you imagine the type of person I would be if I watched Wendy Williams?
That's who I thought you were talking about, I guess.
No. Tyra Banks has redeemable traits. Wendy Williams does not. That's all I was gonna say.
There's sorry, I just saw a comment earlier that was, Phoenix Rising says, I identify as a cis straight white man, in other words, boring. Also boring.
What is, let's see, what do we have here? Yeah,
Oops.
no, sorry, I do not stand by my transgender as a conditioned statement. That was
No,
that was me searching
That was just
for
sleep deprivation talking. That was just the first word that you pulled out.
If you go back and watch it, it's me trying to think of all the words I know and falling short. as I do not know nearly enough words.
You know what sucks though? Somebody could clip that and then just throw it everywhere and then make people dislike you.
They could.
Just because that exists.
They'd also have to edit it because it looks like I'm trying to find a better word.
Even though you clearly didn't mean it at all.
Do you know what I would do? Pretty much nothing. I'm really like I thought about this a lot because I watch a lot of drama channels and
you do watch a lot of drama channels.
I'm fascinated by the way that the actual drama itself is wholly uninteresting most of the time, but the way that it sort of falls apart is always really fascinating to me, and the way that people respond. But like, well, what's really interesting to me is how like when you and I've talked about this before. Innocent people don't put up with the crap that guilty people do.
Yeah.
Like, if someone was like, hey, I'm going to accuse you of being a pedophile, because that's really hot right now, the response is pretty straightforward, which is, that's just not true, and no. But
right.
people are all like, I apologize for my past and the things I've done and that I've offended people.
Yeah.
And like,
no, it is weird. Like if you watch
but
people who are like, I never used to notice this, but I guess I don't know. I guess being around you and then like other friends and stuff enough, I finally started developing the ability to like recognize social cue. Like my sense motive skill went up high enough that I'm now able to sort of like pick out things like that. And people who know they did something respond differently than people who know they didn't. Almost always. Like, almost always. Unless you're just, like, an amazingly good liar. Like, I still remember the first time I noticed this was the entire Brett Kavanaugh court hearing when it was going on. The guy, the Supreme Court guy.
Oh, my God.
I remember watching it on TV and being like, he's lying, right? Like, about everything. Like, obviously. Like, why is this a discussion?
Did you rape that woman? I don't remember.
Oh. Right. You don't say that. No one says that if they didn't do the raping.
Someone was like, Allison, did you murder that man? I'd be like, no. But if I did it, I'd probably be like, I don't remember.
I don't recall where I was that night, actually. So I mean, probably. It doesn't sound like me. I don't think I'd do something like that, and I don't remember. So most likely not me.
What's really frustrating is you're actually going to get further in the legal system by saying I don't know than no.
Well, I know, and that's it is actually like a legal tactic in a way, because if you say definitively no, then there's like. Then you've like locked in on something, and there's like ways for them to get at you. But if you are actually innocent, you're probably not thinking that way the first time. I don't know. It's been really interesting watching, like as different drama stuff happens, and like sort of like seeing people's responses, and then what turns out to be true. And almost 100% of the time, people who know they did something bad respond differently than people who know they didn't.
Yeah. Phoenix Rising says #cancel Allison half-heartedly. I would fight it half-heartedly. Honestly, though, I'm just sort of expecting it. Well, okay, I'm not actually expecting it that much because, again, I've talked about this before. I've gone my whole life without, like, saying any racial slurs.
Congrats.
I mean, I have treated some people like garbage, but I would also argue that they treated me like garbage.
But
so
not
I guess
because of that. Not because of their race.
No, because they suck.
Right.
But other than that, I just don't have like that.
You just mean like you have like enemies like from middle school or whatever, or from different parts of your life?
No, just like boys that I dated that I like ghosted real hard. Like people have things to complain about me over for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I just don't feel like it would. Watch me just eat my words one day. Shane Dawson did this actually. Shane Dawson has this whole video about how he would never get canceled and just like had never done anything terrible, and it's like,
whoops.
He did blackface. That was like his primary form of comedy from like 2010 to 2015. But like people could complain about me. I'm trying to think. I had a point that I was gonna make. Don't remember it. I think drama can come from literally anything. Now your point is inviting
people to cancel you half-heartedly.
That's what my thing was gonna be. I have like, and this is so TMI for this stream, but I have so many.
You're free to back out of this sentence if you want to.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
No, but you clearly have started second guessing whatever it was.
Well, it's not. I didn't second guess it because I was worried that people were going to find it. I second guessed it because I thought, like, no one wants to know this. And I couldn't think of a way to say it without it sounding, like, really weird.
Yeah. And now you're hyping it up, so now you're just going to disappoint everybody if you don't say it.
You're all disappointed then. Sorry. If I can think of a better way to say it, I'll say it.
All right, we should probably wind the show down. It's
Okay.
9:06, and we gotta pass it along to Ian and Ricky for digital cardboard.
Sounds good. We had a Puffle Master posted something, but it's long gone by now.
I think somebody reposted it recently. Also, real quick, I just wanted to show everybody I'm putting together a new computer.
Oh my goodness.
This is the case for it.
I think I could fit in there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm putting a new rendering computer together to do a bunch of cool VFX stuff. We've got an Animal Crossing video coming out at the end of this month that I'm hoping to use it for. I'm excited. Just wanted to show that off because it's right behind us.
All right. Okay, here we go. Push the button. You get earthbending. It's right there. But you must be on the ground at all times or you die.
That's pretty much just earthbending.
I mean, no.
From what I've seen.
There's no reason
If they're not
earthbenders...
touching the ground, they can't really do much. They don't die, but
What if you jumped?
I think you'd die.
I'm gonna go no. What if you trip and both your feet are off the ground for a whole second? You're just dead now.
Yeah,
I jump
no,
regularly at like cockroaches on the sidewalk.
There's a few earthbending moves that definitely involve jumping too. So,
well, I guess you wouldn't have to jump out of cockroaches if you could earthbend. Just kill them. And then
Do
you
you
don't
jump?
have to jump.
What do you jump in response to cockroaches?
Are you asking that question? Are you for real right now?
Yeah, all right, sorry. Puffle Master's push the button was. Oh wait, that's the same one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. I didn't realize. I thought there were two different ones.
No, I told you.
Anyway, thank you again, Puffle Master, for the push the button.
Wait, would you push it?
No. No, I wouldn't. Not worth it. We have coming up next Digital Cardboard with Ian and Ricky that we play Magic the Gathering, so be sure to stick around right here for that. And we will be back tomorrow morning with another episode of OK We're Up. Probably, I guess I got to put a quiz together at some point today so that we can do that.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just reading terrible stories about cockroaches.
All right. See you guys in the morning.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. That was just...